Hello everyone, God's audience. In today's movie we will revolve around the journey of a group of young people fighting a bloodthirsty monster inside the deep forest who just want to have a picnic to mingle with nature. Yet, a minute mistake made them all delicious prey. Will they be out of danger? Let's follow the progress of the movie. The film opens with a scene where two couples are being chased by something in the forest because they look back while running, but a wife stumbles and is immediately dragged away by a mysterious creature. The husband and the other couple saw that and immediately turned to find a way to save her. But they couldn't do anything but watch the unlucky woman being killed. Sometime later, 5 college students were on a picnic in the lush green forest to the middle of the road when the car had to stop because the road was blocked. The group had to walk to the designated place of 5 people, including the star girl Elisa. Her boyfriend is Meters, the other half-brother, Alicia's grandfather is the girlfriend Sandals Mendy Sandals, and the only FA youth Mostron. The group's destination is a waterfall where Elisa's family used to hang out when she was young. However, because they had to walk, they wasted a lot of time. Ali Shah advises everyone to come back because it's getting dark, but Sandal insists that there's absolutely enough time to go there and come back before nightfall, but he looks so charismatic. After a while, the sun was slowly setting, but the group still hadn't reached the destination. This caused Alicia and Sandal to quarrel. While waiting for these two brothers to quarrel and visit a corner, he saw someone's 3-pack left on the ground, looked at the contents inside. It looked like it belonged to the military because it was getting dark, so the 5 of them had to go back to the parking lot. On the way back, they discovered the remains of the body. A woman was attacked before, then a scream was heard, causing them all to rush in the opposite direction, but after a while, they saw a monster devouring in front of the group trying to keep silent. However, the other creature discovered them immediately. All 5 people put their feet on their necks and ran in the fierce pursuit of the monster. They ran for a while when they saw a wooden house in the red forest, telling everyone who ran towards the house to distract the opponent. Just as he said that, a monster suddenly appeared and attacked the Sandals. The remaining 4 couldn't do anything but run away and were helpless. Witnessing the scene of Sandals being devoured by the monster, they ran to the wooden house, but the door was locked. At this moment, the creature chased to the place when a person inside opened the door for them to get in. The first 3 people got in safely, but I was caught when I left. Everyone trying to keep her inside the main house is the couple being chased at the beginning of the movie, the black man whose wife was killed by the monster, while everyone else hopes to be saved. Then he seems to be still bitter after the death of his wife, so he is not very optimistic. After that, everyone started to strengthen the house against the aggression of the monster. According to her husband, this creature is very intelligent. It always tries to find the weak point of the retaining wall to break into the house. Therefore, if they do not want to be attacked, the survivors must strengthen the walls firmly. Meanwhile, Alicia thinks this monster is even smarter. They thought she guessed that it purposely let them hide in this house, treating them as food instead of attacking before. While in the forest just moments later, the monster appeared demanding to destroy wall, rushed into everyone, hurriedly blocked the door, preventing it from attacking. Feeling that it was impossible to enter this way, the monster walked around the house. Finding an opening after a while of silence, the monster discovered the passage in the basement. The men hurriedly closed the door to block it, but only one door was too few, monsters frantically clawing to get in. Fortunately at this time, the Sean saw the pepper spray directly into the eyes of the monster when it temporarily retreated, allowing others to block the door. The monster's recent attack made the black man believe that the longer he stayed here, the more he waited to die. Even though they contacted rescue, but in a remote and isolated place, it would probably wait until the next New Year 5. Also, it's midnight, so no one is free to go to the forest to help. He suggested running out of the forest to the main road. If there really is a rescue, it will also be easier to meet. However, most people are 0 VND because everyone is tired after a long day and there are women here. Running back to the only meter monster is to see that the black man's opinion is reasonable because he is confident that he can run faster. Please listen to that. Alicia immediately objected to her, thinking that her boyfriend was a little bit crazy. The illusion of confronting the other monster is only death, but he said that as long as someone distracts the monster, he will be able to run to the main road and call for help to come back and save them all. The problem is who is willing to stand up. Distract it. At this point, the husband volunteered to distract. After all, he had already encountered the monster many times, so he would be more scared than the others. This plan is approved. The husband lit flares to attract the monster son to support him, and the meter took the walkie-talkie and ran at full speed towards the road. The husband stood in the middle of the forest in the dead of night, son standing in the distance holding binoculars. Close to the monster's location, even though the husband did everything to attract it, but it still didn't attack. suddenly there was a scream on the radio. It came from a meter away, accompanied by his weak voice that the monster was coming immediately. The husband entered the troll and immediately ran back, but inside the black man refused to open the door for fear that the monster would come in. The husband's wife tried to resist the black man but was knocked unconscious by the man. He picked up his stick and rubbed Elisa and Mandy, who dared to oppose him to beat his first wife. Meanwhile, Sun and her husband are still trapped outside even though the monster has approached. Fortunately for them, the two girls secretly opened the back door for the two of them to get in without being discovered by the black man. Angry at being played badly, the husband beat him unconsciously. When the personnel woke up, the black man found himself tied up and down the stairs to the crime of betraying his friends. Meanwhile, Mandy reveals to Alicia that she is pregnant, only that her boyfriend has already gone to see the grandparents. Later, she received even more shocking news when she said that she and her boyfriend Mandy had been having an affair behind her back. Thinking that the female lead was a love story, who thought it was a passionate woman, suddenly they heard the signal from the meter's walkie-talkie calling for help, knowing that he was nearby. But why was it so important to keep the cellar? They prepared their weapons. Went there because maybe the monster was with him, except for the guy who was tied up and the other wife. All went down to the basement. They discovered Meters lying on the floor in a state of serious injuries, trying to get him up when they all saw the monster was waiting for the husband to risk his life to stop it so that the other people could pull it up. They successfully escaped from the cellar. The husbands who have sacrificed their lives are still living like this. It is difficult to survive. He changed his color to propose the same Meter as a bait to let others escape so that he could make a heroic sacrifice. That's better than lying around waiting to die. Although it sounds convincing, Alyssa has a better idea, that is to trap the monster. Before that, she had seen in the basement there was a lot of kerosene, coming up with the idea and lured him into the house and burned alive the black guy who had just agreed with Alicia's opinion, advised her to agree to untie, but when he was untied, he directly killed Meters without mercy. He's not dead anyway, I'm just speeding up the process. After that, he was always sharp from the outside to invite the monster to his mouth, constantly criticizing the Alicia group for being weak. The result of the dirty girl was the unsuccessful monster that rushed to tear him to pieces without saying a word while it was having dinner. Ollie Star and his friends went down to the basement to get the train. They spread oil all over the house. Then lure the monster into a corner. After that, Alicia lit the monster on fire when there was no longer any movement from it. The rest of them quickly left, suddenly being caught by another monster from nowhere and killed the other three. Seeing that, he ran away, but the wife could not escape its clutches, but only Elisa and Mandy ran for their lives into the forest. But the strength of the two girls is not comparable to the monster. It quickly caught up and attacked Alyssa and went to watch her friend being killed, but also had to lift her legs and run. If she didn't want to be the last victim, she finally managed to get into the car. At this moment, the monster appeared. Even the glass door asked to pull Mandy to start the car, causing it to fall, roll to the ground and run out of throttle to kill the monster and then turn the car back home after the horrible carnage, and thus the end of the monster movie. Animal. The lesson learned after watching the movie is never to stay in the jungle when it's dark. The forest is sacred and poisonous. Always waiting for the unfortunate victims to come in. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a comment and share your support.